Well, hi, welcome to the live stream. It's Mob Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. We're going up just a couple of minutes early. So as people begin to come in because they got their exciting notifications, that's part of the fun. And hey, Anthony's fishy friends, how are you? Welcome. Welcome. It's my plan. By the way, if you haven't hit like on the stream yet, please do. We're going to talk a little bit about plants. I'm a moron with plants because I'm primarily a live bearer guy. So if it's like guppy grass or hornwort, I'm big. Hey, Melvin, how are you, buddy? And with Quantum Star Aquatics there. So um, I'm a moron when it comes to this stuff. And I put out a video yesterday, a short little video, and I need a plant for 2 pots I have in my 29. I'm going to be doing Amica Splendens. The two that were suggested were Amazon Sword and Red Tiger Lotus. And I don't know if either of you guys have any of you guys done that. And which plant should be for a pot? This is for the Amica Splendens. Hey, Luca, how are you? It's great to see you too, and thanks for coming. So the two plants that people bring up are the red lotus and Amazon sword, the red tiger lotus. This is going to be in pots in my Amica Splendens tank that is up and running. I want to put the plants in before I order the fish, so we'll go from there. Oh, by the way, Bolo, my fish room companion, the dog, is sitting here barking away. Okay, Bolo, come on up. All right. Okay, here he is. I'll lower down the thing so you can see him. He's really spoiled. You see? Pretty spoiled little guy. So I had to work really early today. So I've been home since about 3 o'clock. It's now 7 o'clock. And so I made dinner and did all that sort of stuff. So Anthony's fishy friends no good at plants. Luca, Melvin, either of you guys any good at plants? I just need to get something to go in these 2 pots. That'll be reasonably, they'll be reasonably good. As you can see, here's Bolo, and he's going through, and he's immensely spoiled. Saturday we're going to do a live stream because it's Bolo's birthday, September 7th, 2007. He's going to be 12. Coming up this Saturday. So 12 years old. Hey, Madfish Diva, how you doing? Enjoyed your live stream. Thanks for stopping by. And I was there for a little bit. I've been getting, junk around in the fish room, stuff done around the house. It's all good. And I don't know about you. I keep ordering stuff for my fish. And it's almost like I have a home that's like soon to be on hoarders with all the boxes of fish junk and all that sort of stuff. And of course, all the aquariums. There was a guy on Susan's stream, a kid who's like 14 years old, 21 tanks, and he has like 300-gallon tank. I mean, it's just, it's all good. Don Gallagher's here. Hey, Don, how are you? Great to have through it. And okay, well, like root tabs, I got to figure that out. I'm like, when it comes to it, I am a moron with plant stuff. Hey, one fish, two fish. What's up? Okay, swords are heavy root feeders. Okay. So it's so tabs for those. Do you have now do you have to do the tabs on a regular basis? for the swords. Like, do I have to do it every month, every week? What do I have to do? And again, because I am an idiot on this stuff. The Guppy's pretty good at. Pretty good at setting up, setting up reasonably unattractive aquariums. I can do that. So Don, you use the flourish tabs. Okay, that sounds good. Now it's going to be in a pot. I have, let's see, I have the one of the fluval substrates in those pots. So that's a plant-friendly one. So it's good. Oh, well, you see, there you go. Ultimate Fish Keeping, Luca had over 300 Anubias in a 108-gallon tank. And when the silk globes were small. And yeah, it's the fish that I have are not plant killers. And so that's one of the good things, that not plant killers whatsoever. So that's good. Let's see. You see, again, this is how spoiled my dog is. There's his food. He's sitting over here looking at me, and he wants to be fed like an iguana. And like he all of a sudden, I took him out for a walk about an hour ago, and all of a sudden, right before the live stream, like he knew, he was demanding a walk. I tried to see if he was hungry. No, he wanted to do a little walking. So there you go. So yeah, so it's really good. So I ordered some Corydoras Aeneas, 5 of them off of Aquabid last week, and they were shipped out yesterday on like a 2-day thing, and I don't see them getting here before Saturday, and it may be Monday before they arrive. There's 5 that I'm getting. And so I'm hoping, and again, yeah, I'm feeding Bolo his little food. He has a sensitive tummy. Yesterday he was not eating well. I had to give him medicine and a syringe of like anti-diarrhea. He wasn't having diarrhea, it's just he was just not eating, being fussy, and all that sort of stuff. So that's going through. So my fish room is that, okay, I gotta get these plants in there, and once I get the plants in there, I'll order the Amica Splendens, which will be there in the week. The aquarium's been up for about 6 days now, and seems to be doing really well. The video came out yesterday, but I try to work ahead. There was a period, by the way, on my videos, I was so far ahead. I was like 3 weeks ahead, and I'm not there right now, mainly because I just got through the surgery and got through all that different stuff. So Bolo moved over to the other side of the couch and is like sprawled out, wanting to be petted. Right, Bolo? You good boy? Huh? Yeah, so that's it. That's what's going on with him. So other than that, yeah, that's what I have to figure out. So I'm waiting on another strain of guppies. I have an IFGA guy that is Doug Gray. If you've ever watched his channel, Don, I'm going to get my Amica Splendens from Greg Sage at Select Aquatics. And the other thing I want to get, and I want to get them from I would want to do it from Lucas Brett's. I want to get some freshwater shrimp, and I have my eye on the yellow ones, and he's out of them right now. So I'm watching that real carefully to go in the 55, which is the nanofish tank. I even have a couple of shrimp caves in there. So, so I'm seemingly prepared. Okay, so let's see here. Do you guys want to see Bolo eat? Let me bring this down here. There we go. This is how spoiled my dog is. And yeah, it's a Clemson t-shirt. Go Clemson. I lived in South Carolina for a few years, and not too far away from the Clemson campus. And so I went out there a few times and saw a game there. It's a great campus. It's a great stuff. And one of the games I went out there, these football games, especially, if you haven't been to I've been to a reasonable amount of college football games at different stadiums. I've been to Ames, Iowa. I've been to Stanford. I've been to Auburn, Minnesota, Clemson. I have not been to the Razorbacks, which isn't far from me, and they're terrible. They may be better this year, and they're about an hour away, so I may go do that and go see that. So the idea here is that I want to get the shrimp. And I want to do it from Lucas L.R. Bretz. He's such a good guy, so nice, and I really want to, show him the support and buy something from him. He did something. He did this thing about zippered media bags, to put stuff into the aquarium and all that sort of stuff, easy to move in and out. Okay, guess who wants to get down now? This is, hey, Bolo, say hi to everybody. Okay, there you go. So, and he was explaining these media bags with a zipper, and I was living in Little Rock at the time, which had really soft water, so I started using those for crushed coral. And it was, because I had to raise my pH. The pH was really soft there. So I started using those. It was like the greatest thing in the world because I could bury it under the substrate. It was really a good idea. It was really terrific. So I went there. I'm going, well, let me buy them from Lucas. And nope, he didn't carry them. So I really wanted to buy them from him. And I may look at his plants some more and get plants from him because I like him. He's a good guy. Haley with Oddball Aquatics, she's great. I love her, and I think the world of those people. So that's sort of the deal that I've purchased stuff from Super Cichlids. I've not purchased anything from Michael yet at Michael's Fish Room, and he's become kind of a buddy of mine. And I know what I'm going to get from him, but he's out. I'm going to get some Super Reds from him, and get a few of those. So, and I've got stuff from Sergeant Tank. I need to get like some swag for King and Queen Cichlids. Scott is a good guy, is one of my friends, and I really appreciate him. And I appreciate how he and Liz are such huge advocates for the fish fam. Huge advocates. So without going into specifics, I'm going to tell you something that I put out, conversation about expanding the fish fam, and I got some notes on my YouTube feed. And from someone who had gone to a fish event and had a bad experience. And I've moved around, so I've been like the new guy a billion times. So I know exactly what this woman was saying. You walk in somewhere and you're invisible. You are not somebody who is, it seems like it's a private club. And it's a very difficult thing when you move around and you try something new and go through things, especially with the fish fam. When you're at an event, uh, you have to go out. DM Aquatics, school, baby, school. I'm not wearing my school stuff. I'm wearing my Clemson. But hold on one second here. Got to show my Minnesota love. This is probably going to be backwards. I'd go grab my Vikings hat, but it's upstairs. And so the process of the aquarium, and Aquarium Cop, what's up, bro? What's up? Is that when you go to an aquarium club or you go to any event that you don't know a lot of people and you've not been invited personally. It's not like you've gone out and been invited to go and, you show up sometimes, just it's posted on a website or Facebook page. So you just show up. And I've done this. And I went to the Deep South Guppy Club. They couldn't have been better. It was like a great group of people. I mean, really, really nice, really outgoing. But I've shown up to a few of these things where it is, good luck. The Northwest Arkansas Aquarium Club, run by Michael Gaines. I've been to that one. It's terrific. People cannot be friendly. So I put this up on a fish club group, and I wrote a note to one of the coordinators of the page. They blocked me. They completely blocked me, and I'm a member of the frickin' club. I apologized, but I've been blocked. Isn't that goofy? And I was just trying to point out that we all have to go out when you're a member of a group, you're a member of a club, and somebody shows up that has never been there before. You need to go out and introduce yourselves to them. You don't need to ask them, about their mother's maiden name, or you don't have to, beg them to go to lunch. But the idea of including people, inclusion. And so that's the biggest thing. And one of the biggest problems that I think that the internet generation, which I certainly am, I'm of that. I became of age as the internet really boomed. Is that it used to be like my dad's generation. You would go out and join fraternal organizations. You'd become an elk or a moose, or you'd be a Kiwanis, or you would join, or some activity through church or what have you. And that doesn't happen anymore. If you show up to one of those groups, so I was invited to one of those, like a Lions Club. This is probably about 4 or 5 years ago. The youngest guy in this club had to be 70. I mean, it was, really, really old folks. So nothing wrong with that, but you're not growing the organization if you don't get people in their 30s and 40s involved with it. So fish clubs are so much the same way. Is that somebody goes out and puts their neck out where they haven't been invited, and you show up. It's good if people actually go and introduce themselves to you. It's not your job as the visitor to go out and introduce yourself to everybody. It's not your job. You're showing up is not your club. You're a guest, and you may not have been an invited guest, even though they may have invited people on a Facebook page or through their website. So when you show up to these things, and if you're a member of TM Aquatics, are you a member of the Minnesota Aquarium Club? Which is a big one. If you show up to one of those things, introduce when you see people go in that you don't know, introduce yourself, shake their hand, go out of your way to introduce yourself, and ask them if they came with somebody. If they didn't, well, gee whiz. Well, Chewy, I know you can keep up with 2 streams at the same time. That's the type of man you are. And Bolo's going nuts. Come on. I'm not paying attention to him. That's the deal. And so, so when you show up to you're at the aquarium club and you're a member and you're, semi-frequent attender and you don't know somebody, don't expect them that they're, okay, I caught it. All right. See, this is what he does. He barks like that to climb in my lap. Crazy. All right. So you have to go out and approach the people. If you're the person, especially if you're in the club, you have to go out of your way, introduce yourself to people, find out what kind of fish they keep. And make them feel comfortable, because I don't believe, I believe it's just the more the merrier. The more people, the better. The more the best. So off my soapbox. So yeah, so plants is sort of the deal there. The two plants are the African sword, and let me get the other one here, because I wrote it down because I know nothing about them. Red tiger lotus. Anybody have a background keeping the red tiger lotus? Rob93 has brought that up as a suggestion, and Chewy, I'm just I may be a maroon too, but I don't know enough about aquarium plants. V-Stag, what's up, bro? Nice to have you here. Oh, and tonight when I'm drinking, water. Delicious, delicious water. I was in a red Solo cup, and I think people thought I was drinking some booze, but I was not. I was just enjoying when I did my red Solo cup thing the other day. So, what, Bolo? Okay, here. He's like scratching my arm. Like, this is just. And by the way, he has this much energy. He's going to be 12 years old. And he's this much energy, this much stuff going on. I'll show you his behavior. Okay, so hello, Bolo. You a good boy, huh? It's funny. Do you want to be hugged? Okay, hold on. Yeah, so essentially, I work for this dog. Pomeranians. I'll give you a little hint about them. They actually, one of their jobs before they were bred down to be a 7-pound dog like he is as a herding dog, like herd sheep, etc. And I let him loose around some Canadian geese a few years ago. He's never had any training on herding. It's all that sort of stuff. He herded up the geese. He went around the circle. He got them all in a circle, in a tight circle. That's natural behavior. A lot of dogs just run right through the geese and get them flying. That was not his deal, and he's not scared of nothing. In fact, I have to watch out because he can get into types of things. So, okay, so I'm going to look online, and if Lucas Bretz has them, I'm going to buy them from him. The swords or the Red Lotus thingy, and if not, I'll take a look right from there. And so my fish room is just about complete. More Super Reds. I saw Luca at Ultimate Fish Keeping. He has those. More Super Reds. Tom at TM Aquatics. I'm not the leopard pleco guy yet. I'm dealing with the simplest pleco I can keep to breed, and then maybe I'll move up to maybe I'll have a room full of plecos like you do. And by the way, your videos are always good. By the way, here's another thing. Is that if you haven't liked the stream, please like it. It helps the channel grow. The other little note here is that when you watch a video that somebody does, not just me, it can be anybody. Always like it. Always hit like on it because it makes them feel like people are watching and people like what's going on. And so that's the thing to do is to go and hit like. I try to comment on a lot of them that I see too. It's that if all of a sudden I see something, I'll make a quick comment on it. Chewy's so good about doing that, and I see him doing it. Luca occasionally does stuff on mine, and I've seen him write in other stuff. So that's really, really cool. Hey, Rounded Rob is here. Hey, see you later, Don Gallagher. Thank you for coming by the stream. So Rounded Rob is here. The party can begin. It's so my whole deal is this: is that I just want to go and with the whole process of looking at trying to encourage each other, hit like on things. You don't have to comment. Hit like. Just hit like. And the reason you want to hit like is just so that people feel good about continuing to put out content. Because a lot of people, they may get discouraged because they're not getting a lot of growth with subscribers or they're not getting a lot of reaction. They're not comfortable with video production. They don't know necessarily if they're doing a good job or not. And so the more we can encourage, the better it is. The absolute better it is. So, okay, well, then I will look for those. I ordered also some hornwort. I love saying hornwort for the guppy tanks off of eBay. And I'm now at 2 weeks, and I don't see them. It hasn't arrived yet. So I wrote the guy a note today saying, yo, bro, where is it? And he also hasn't signified that it's shipped out. I don't think it's even shipped out. So, if he doesn't write back to me or what have you, it's going through. Thanks, Aquarium Cop. And I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I appreciate that you like my voice. It's very nice of you to say. And by the way, I'm originally from suburban Minneapolis, a place called Minnetonka. And I can go full in Minnesota accent whenever I've lived in the Southeast. In the last 25 years, I've lived in the Southeast for about 17 of them. My Southern accent is hokey. I can talk a little Southern. I can come up with the slang. I can do I can do that. I was only in New York for about 7 years, just shy of 7 years. And I could walk through New York. And one of my buddies was in town and for like a conference, and he and I were at a conference, and he goes, "Man, you've become a New Yorker like that." Well, you spend time in New York, you have to learn the rules of the road, and their rules are a little bit different. And so that's one of the things. And let's see. One fish is a bad girl. Uh-oh, one fish, two fish. What's up here? All right, I haven't seen that conversation. So it's being in the South is all good. So it's I'll tell you. I think I know what the other stream is right now. His stream probably has a better looking camera than I've got. Hopefully, and it's a good one. Uh-oh, now one fish, two fish. Now, Aquarium Cop, why did you say that one fish is a bad girl? I want to know. I think Elizabeth wants to know. So, it's all good. So, Bolo is now in on his toy. He has a favorite toy. It's been his favorite toy for about 4 or 5 years. I try to introduce new toys to him, Doesn't work. It's dirty as heck. So let's see what's going on in the chat here. Hard to listen to two streams at the same time. One's the garage and one's a good guitar player. That's nice. Let's see here. And yeah, I appreciate real, I read a book about authenticity a number of years ago and about being real and, what draws people to other folks. And when people are real, when people are honest and straightforward, there's a better law of attraction to that. People, they go, well, I relate to that person. They don't take themselves too seriously. They don't think of themselves. And I think that's a tip for people who are working on their their aquarium channel. You can see the authenticity of TM Aquatics. NY Gold, how's it going? How are you? I think that and I'm not going to criticize anyone, but there are some channels that I think are pretty big channels. I think that it's more about them, and it's not necessarily about the fish fam, which is fine. If they want to make it about themselves, fine. That's you got to figure out something else to do. So it's all good. NY Gold, nice seeing you. Thank you for being here. Hit like. I need all the help I can get. I'm wearing my Minnesota Twins hat, not because they're in first place, but because big Twins fan, and they're having a great year, which is good. But Tom from TM Aquatics, he's a fellow Viking. He's a fellow Skol person. Skol! Okay. And the Minnesota Vikings fans are a tortured lot. We've gone to 4 Super Bowls, and every year we seem to be disappointed at the end of the year for something. But I have some buddies. When I was in New York, I met a lot of people that were Mets fans. And, the Yankees have won over and over again. The Mets, the Mets are not that good. So I was like quizzing him. I said, well, why not the Yankees? Why the Mets? And one of the guys, he said, it's too easy to root for the Yankees. To root for the Mets, you have to have pity. And I sort of got what he was saying is that he was a masochist. They would rather, there they are in a city. They have one team that wins, one team that loses, and he can't cheer for the team that wins. It's sort of like the Jets and the Giants. So the Twins, I'm always a Twins person. I always cheer. In different places I've lived, I've seen them play. I love the Twins. I love the Vikings. It's sort of my deal. And I have the Clemson shirt. And I like Clemson mainly because they beat Bama. Roll Tide! And anybody who beats Bama is good with me. And Blue Jays fan. So there we go. Oh, Mets, NY Gold. It's you're a masochist. And the Bears pack is on right now. So it's I've got it over here. 0-0. It's not a lot going on here. It's a live stream talking about plants, and disappointment in your sports team is so much better. Well, gang, thank you so much. I'm going to cut it short, but I'm going to be back on Saturday night. Saturday night at 6 p.m., we'll do a Mobb Guppy stream. I have a video coming out Sunday that I hope you appreciate. It's an unboxing from Chewy. Not from this Chewy, the Chewy thing. So I've got something coming from them. So go from there. So thank you guys so much. Thanks to my mods. Thanks One Fish, Two Fish, NY Gold, Chewy, Aquarium Cop, Don Gallagher, Rounded Rob, Melvin. It's all good. You guys have a good one. And again, thank you so much. for watching, and we will see you Saturday at 6.